Marriage is one of the most intimate and defining choices a human being can make. It is not simply a social contract or a legal arrangement. It is a daily decision to share a life, to build meaning together, to face uncertainty side by side, and to grow in directions neither person could fully predict at the beginning. When people ask whether individuals should marry within their religion, they are rarely asking a purely theoretical question. They are asking about identity, belonging, family expectations, faith, love, fear, tradition, and the future they hope to create. This question carries weight because religion is not just a set of beliefs. For many, it is a language of the soul. It shapes how people understand right and wrong, how they respond to suffering, how they celebrate joy, how they raise children, and how they see the purpose of life itself. To share a religion can feel like sharing a moral compass, a rhythm, and a worldview that requires no translation. And yet, love has never been limited by boundaries drawn by culture, doctrine, or history. The human heart has always crossed lines long before society decided whether those crossings were acceptable. So the question is not simply whether people should marry within their religion. The deeper question is what makes a marriage strong, honest, and enduring in a world that is increasingly diverse, interconnected, and complex. Some argue passionately that marrying within one's religion is not only wise but necessary. They point to shared values, shared rituals, shared expectations, and shared goals. They speak of fewer conflicts, clearer decisions, and a unified approach to raising children. They talk about harmony, stability, and continuity. And for many couples, this is absolutely true. Shared faith can be a powerful foundation. It can offer a common language during times of crisis. It can provide rituals that ground the relationship during chaos. It can supply a community that supports the marriage when the couple feels weak or lost. When two people pray the same way, celebrate the same holy days, and believe in the same ultimate truths, there is a natural ease that comes from alignment. Decisions about lifestyle, ethics, and family can feel less like negotiations and more like mutual understandings. For some, faith is not just a personal choice but a collective inheritance, something carried through generations. Marrying within the religion feels like honoring ancestors, preserving culture, and protecting identity in a world that constantly pressures people to dilute who they are. There is comfort in familiarity. There is reassurance in knowing that your partner understands not just what you believe, but why you believe it. In moments of grief or doubt, shared faith can feel like a bridge instead of a barrier. And for many families, marrying within the religion strengthens bonds, avoids conflict, and ensures continuity. But life is rarely so simple. Love does not always arrive according to plans made by tradition or expectation. Sometimes it arrives quietly, unexpectedly, in forms that challenge everything a person thought they knew about themselves. Sometimes it arrives through someone who does not share the same faith, the same rituals, or the same upbringing. And when that happens, people are forced to confront a difficult truth. Belief systems can guide us, but they cannot choose for us whom we love. Interfaith relationships often face scrutiny, doubt, and fear from all sides. Families worry about loss of tradition. Communities worry about dilution of faith. Friends worry about long-term compatibility. Even the individuals in the relationship may worry about the future. These concerns are not trivial. They come from a place of wanting stability, clarity, and continuity. But fear alone cannot be the foundation for a life decision. What matters most in a marriage is not simply shared belief, but shared commitment. It is not uniformity, but respect. It is not sameness, but understanding. Two people can belong to the same religion and still struggle deeply in marriage if they lack communication, empathy, and emotional maturity. Shared faith does not automatically guarantee kindness. It does not guarantee patience. It does not guarantee growth. At the same time, two people from different religions can build a deeply respectful, loving, and resilient marriage if they are willing to listen, learn, and honor each other's convictions. The success of a marriage depends less on the labels attached to belief and more on the character of the people involved. Did they listen when they disagree? Did they allow space for difference without trying to dominate? Did they approach conflict with curiosity instead of defensiveness? Did they value the dignity of their partner as much as their own certainty? Religion can be a bridge or a wall. The difference lies in how it is lived. For some, faith is rigid, defined by rules and boundaries that leave little room for interpretation. For others, faith is a living relationship with meaning, humility, and compassion at its center. When faith is used to control, shame, or silence, it can fracture even the most religiously aligned marriages. When faith is used to inspire love, service, and forgiveness, it can sustain relationships across profound differences. One of the most challenging aspects of interfaith marriage is the question of children. Parents often ask how children will be raised, what traditions they will follow, and what beliefs they will inherit. These are valid concerns. Children need consistency, clarity, and emotional safety. But they also benefit from learning respect, openness, and critical thinking. Children raised in homes where difference is honored rather than feared often grow up with a deep sense of empathy. They learn that identity is not fragile. They learn that love does not require erasure. They learn that disagreement does not mean rejection. When parents model mutual respect across religious lines, children absorb a powerful lesson about coexistence in a diverse world. Of course, this requires intentional effort. Interfaith marriages demand more communication, not less. They require conversations that same-faith couples may never need to have. They require patience when misunderstandings arise. They require humility when assumptions are challenged. But effort is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of care. Marriage is not meant to be effortless. It is meant to be meaningful. At the same time, it is important to acknowledge that not every interfaith relationship is sustainable. Some religious differences involve non-negotiable beliefs or practices. Some faith traditions require exclusivity or adherence that cannot coexist peacefully with another system of belief. In such cases, choosing to marry within the religion may indeed be the healthier path for those individuals. Not because love is absent, but because long-term harmony may be unattainable without significant sacrifice from one side. The point is not to declare one approach universally right and the other universally wrong. The point is to recognize that marriage is deeply personal. It cannot be reduced to slogans, rules, or social pressure. What works beautifully for one couple may be deeply harmful for another. Too often, people ask this question as if it has a single correct answer. It does not. It has many answers, shaped by context, personality, belief, and circumstance. What should be universal, however, is honesty. People considering marriage must be honest with themselves about what they believe, what they need, and what they can live with. They must be honest with their partner about expectations, fears, and hopes. They must be honest about whether compromise feels like growth or erasure. They must be honest about whether love feels expansive or constrained. Marrying within one's religion should be a choice made from conviction, not fear. Marrying outside one's religion should be a choice made from understanding, not rebellion. Neither path should be chosen to please others at the expense of inner truth. The most dangerous marriages are not those between different religions. They are marriages built on silence, avoidance, and unspoken resentment. They are marriages where people suppress parts of themselves to maintain appearances. They are marriages where questions are forbidden and growth is discouraged. A healthy marriage allows both partners to evolve. It allows beliefs to deepen, shift, or be re-examined without threatening the bond. It allows faith to be a source of inspiration rather than division. It allows love to be stronger than fear. In a world increasingly divided by ideology, religion, and identity, marriages that cross boundaries can serve as quiet acts of courage. They demonstrate that difference does not have to mean distance. They show that respect is possible without agreement. They remind us that humanity is larger than any single tradition. At the same time, marriages rooted in shared religion can offer a powerful counterbalance to a fragmented world. They preserve wisdom, continuity, and collective memory. They provide spaces where faith is lived, not just believed. They anchor individuals in something larger than themselves. Both paths have value. Both paths require responsibility. The question should not be whether people should marry within their religion. The question should be whether people are prepared to do the work that their chosen path demands. Marriage is not a reward for having the right beliefs. It is a responsibility to love another human being with integrity. It is a promise to listen even when it is uncomfortable. It is a commitment to grow together rather than apart. If two people share a religion and use it as a tool for compassion, patience, and mutual uplift, their marriage can be a sanctuary. If two people come from different religions and use their differences as opportunities for learning, humility, and deeper connection, their marriage can be just as sacred. Sacredness is not determined by uniformity. It is determined by intention. At the end of the day, no tradition, community, or ideology will wake up next to you every morning. No doctrine will hold your hand during illness or loss. No rulebook will replace the daily choices you make to show up, to forgive, and to love. Choose a partner who respects your faith, whether or not they share it. Choose a partner who honors your values, even when they question them. Choose a partner who sees difference not as a threat, but as a chance to grow. If marrying within your religion brings you peace, clarity, and alignment, honor that. If marrying outside your religion brings you love, respect, and mutual growth, honor that too. What matters is not conformity, but consciousness. Marriage is not about defending beliefs. It is about building a life. And the strongest marriages, regardless of religion, are built not on certainty, but on care.